Hello, my name is Hernández and I started my English lessons with only 6 years old in my school in Alcácer called Chaume Primer. Our teacher spoke with us in English and he encouraged us to speak in English because he thought that it was the better way to learn. We didn't use as much books as other classes did. We loved the storytelling time or the songs time. Auditory learning is a learning style in which a person learns through listening. An auditory learner depends on hearing and speaking as a main way of learning. The learner may have difficulty with instructions that are drawn, but if the writing is in a logical order, it can be easier to understand. Sometimes the auditory learners at the beginning confuse the spelling of some words. But when we arrived to the high school, the methodology was completely different. We only used grammar books and we left our learning style as auditory learners. We felt sad and bored, and a lot of my partners started getting bad marks. And what it is worse, they started hating English. It is obvious that there are huge differences between children and adults in learning a second language, in this case English. So perhaps our biological change from child to adult also had an influence on our way of learning. There are many studies that show that children need many emotional needs, are emotionally excitable and get bored easily. Furthermore, these studies also show that children need a huge quantity of motivation to learn a foreign language. But does it mean that adolescents and adults don't need this motivation? No! Motivation has nothing to do with the age. I think that I was the only one that, despite the situation, continued having interest in the subject. But my partners not. They started to be scared of it. So the question is, how could I be motivated and my partners not? Because I had my own motivation. But how could I be motivated? Did anyone help me? Not at all. The motivation is related to the idea of need, and I had the need of exploring the subject to make my wish come true, to be a good English teacher. As I was motivated and I wanted to improve my English, I started to go to an academy, to an English academy. The motivation involves reasons and feelings, and I had both. The reason why I wanted to know more English woke up feelings in me as satisfaction or happiness. In my classes on the academy, our teacher made us develop several learning strategies, as visual learning by drawing pictures or auditory learning by storytelling. Although the classes in the high school made my partners see English as an enemy, in my case, due to my intrinsic motivation, I learned a lot. The academy also helped me because there I developed the fluency on the language. Thanks to them, now when I travel, I feel really comfortable. So, if I have to talk about my learning strategy, I would say that the clue was the motivation. It was so high that it made me start with another language, French.
Created using Powtoon.